At the risk of sounding absolutely hysterical, the American dream is a fucking lie.
Trigger warning, I'm gonna crash out right now, and this is gonna be a long video, but I feel like you can relate to this, so here we fucking go.
The American dream is literally a fucking joke.
I believe that the government sold us a bill of goods when we were growing up and we were younger. And in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, they taught us that we have to achieve the American dream.
Does anyone else believe that we've all been completely lied to about what the American dream is?
The number one reason why I would never live in America ever again is because of people's mindset.
I'm an American. My health is declining because I can't afford Whole Foods because that's too expensive for my life.
This might be an unpopular opinion, but the American dream is a fucking lie.
I honestly don't know how people 18 to 30 right now are just going to work and acting like nothing's happening.
How did the American dream die? How did the middle class die?
The American dream does not exist.
The American dream is a scam, you got played, and deep down, you already knew that.
I'm seeing Gen Z talk about life lately, and honestly, I feel it in my chest, bruh. I feel it. Especially the 2000 babies. I am seeing it. Asking, what's the point? What's the point? What are we working towards? Why are we working nonstop just to barely get by? I feel it. It's heavy. And I'm scrolling through the comments, and everybody's saying the same thing. You know, I'm tired. I feel this sense of doom. Nothing feels real anymore. Not just talk, right? It's not just talk. It's a collective heaviness. And I'm 27, right? I'm an older Gen Z, but still Gen Z nonetheless. And I felt this in high school, right? The idea of working a 9 to 5 and then coming home and just entertaining yourself and then repeating the next day. Back then, it was already something in my spirit rejecting that. And now, more and more of us are waking up and asking, why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? The American dream ain't a dream no more. The American dream is dead. It's survival. It's exhaustion. It's wild because millennials feel it. Millennials feel it. Gen Alpha, they're picking it up. And the boomers, they ain't really talk about it. But now everything's coming to the surface. People are thinking about leaving the country.
What exactly are y'all working towards in America? Because you're working to buy a house that you'll never be able to own. You're working to barely be able to afford life. You're really unaliving yourself with the food that you're consuming in America. What are you really working towards in America? In America, you're literally working to barely get by. That is not the American dream. When are y'all gonna wake up? All you're doing in America is working to pay bills. And after you pay bills, you barely have enough to go to the grocery store. America placed you in that position and customized your mind frame to make you feel like you can't get out. But you can. Once you feel like the American dream is in America when it's not. In all reality, you should not be working to survive. The American dream is survival. The American dream is not in America. I'm a Florida girl that moved to Thailand. Life ain't costing me my soul out here. Credit don't exist out here. I can spend time with my family whenever I please to, and I don't have to work as hard. I wake up to this view and I get all of this for $600 a month. Not to mention, my water bill is only $6. My Wi-Fi bill is $15. My rent is $600. And we're not even going to talk about the political part of America. Iran, beautiful bill, COVID. But like I said, I'm just a Florida girl that moved to Thailand. If I could do it, you could do it too. And not only did I move with me, I moved with my kids as well. And if I could do it, you could do it too.
I don't blame them. I've been having those thoughts myself. Living where life doesn't cost your soul. You know what I'm saying? Living where credit doesn't rule you. Where you don't have to work yourself into a grave just to live decently. You know, and we're up against a lot in this system, right? Let's be honest. Like AI taking jobs. People are already having trouble finding work. Job market ain't good right now. You know what I'm saying? People's benefits getting cut. People in chaos right now. People really going through it, bro. Like I talk to people generally, heart to heart. People are going through it. You know, don't believe everything you seeing. You know, not everyone's out here living the glamorous influencer life. You know, you might be doing well if you rich and you live in that life, okay. But for the majority of us, it's not like that. You know, on top of the political chaos, the talks of war, you know what I'm saying, pandemics and all that. It's a lot. See, I was in the middle of Costco the other day, and I got stopped by a lady. She looked like she was an older millennial, and she was asking me about the rice in my cart. And next thing you know, she's like, I don't even really know what to eat anymore. You know, because it seems like everything here is just, we're being poisoned here in America. The artificial dyes and the preservatives. And we're in the middle of Costco talking about it. We confused about what to buy. We don't know what to get. Because it seems like everything's just slowly killing us. Getting us sick and having to go get medical bills that are expensive on top of everything else. We are grieving systems that we never asked for.
Y'all know that we are slaves, right? Like, we're currently all slaves. Slavery never went away. It was just remodified as the working system. Every day you have to get up super early, spend 8 hours a day away from your friends, your loved one, your family. Work for pennies on the dollar to make somebody else richer than they already are. And then you get hit with all these bills that you can barely afford because shit is going up. Things are way too expensive. And once you pay off all your ridiculously expensive ass bills, you're broke and have to go to work again the next day. And then once you get paid again to pay your bills, you're going to be broke again. It's literally a rat race. It's like the guinea pig on the hamster wheel. And I know I'm not the only one that feels this way because I just got paid and now I'm broke. And don't get me wrong, I have money saved up. I have money in investments. But literally the chump change I got paid from my 2 jobs is all of a sudden gone because it went to bills. And now I have to go back to work again, wait a whole week to get paid to pay bills again. And the same amount of money I'm getting paid, people have 2, 3, sometimes 4 kids. I'm like, there's no way people are surviving, making the same money I am with dependents. I don't have any kids. I don't have a place of my own. I'm still living at the crib. Yet these people have like a whole bunch of bills, mouths that they have to feed, roofs that they have to keep over their head, clothes that they have to buy. How are y'all doing that with the same amount of paycheck y'all get as me? It's literally impossible. Financial freedom is a whole flat out fucking lie. It's bullshit. Unless you were inherited money, grew up in a rich family, hit the lottery, heard a crazy sports betting parlay, you're never gonna get rich. You're never gonna get ahead. Because they don't want you to get ahead. They want you to stay slaves and depend on that job and work for the next 40, 50 years of your life. And when you finally can retire with the little bit of money that you were able to save, you can enjoy it. Your bones are going to be too brittle and weak to enjoy it. You won't physically be able to do the things at an older age compared to when you were younger. The United States working system was designed for us to be slaves for 40, 50, if not 60 years and then die. And then what happens when you die? They take half your money because of taxes. Don't get me started on taxes. That's another scam system that they created to keep you broke. It makes no sense how we go to work, bust our ass, and then they illegally take money from our paycheck. And then when it comes time to file taxes every single year, they actually demand you to pay more money on top of the money that they already illegally took in from you. The American dream is to get the fuck out of America.
job that you pick for the rest of your life.
The same job for the rest of your life? I didn't know that. What's the difference? So you'll just work us to death?
We'll sure try. Larry, what do you think the meaning of life is?
Work. It's important to be useful. Look at me. I got it all figured out. I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep. I get up, I shower, I come to work, I work all day, I go home, I go to sleep. I get up, I shower, I come to work.
You let one ant stand up to us, then they all might stand up. Those puny little ants outnumber us 100 to 1. And if they ever figure that out, there goes our way of life. It's not about food. It's about keeping those ants in line.
I'm on my way to school, and I am really realizing that the American dream itself is fraud. Everything was set up for us was a scam. I just told my friend last night, or the night before last, I'm like, they call it a dream. You sleep when you have dreams. You gotta be asleep to have a dream. And based on the fact that they keep us asleep, we believe in this dream. The house, school, college, like we're literally digging ourselves in a grave of debt. And we believe that we're winning. We believe that we're building a legacy for our families. You know, we're working. My husband works so much for us to still get by. We both have an income. We both take care of our kids and pay bills. But overall, this whole system is a scam. The whole system is a scam. I don't see how people can't see that. We're working, most of us, 40 hours a week. Some of us even more than that. They tax our checks. They tax us on anything we spend our money on. We have to continuously pay for our cars every year. We have to continuously pay for property. If we own property, we got to continuously pay for that. And it's like this big ass slave system that they created. And they make us believe, oh yeah, you're middle class because, you know, you got cars and homes and a little bit of savings. But they never give you enough to escape the system. They never give you enough to live comfortably. You will never retire within their system before the age of 65. This whole American dream is bullshit.
Trigger warning, I'm gonna crash out right now, and this is gonna be a long video, but I feel like you could relate to this, so here we fucking go. It's great living in America. Unless you're a fucking American. If you're a bank, though, you are thriving, while the rest of us are just trying to fucking survive. I just came across a video saying that banks are at an all-time high. Like, their expectations have blown through the roof of what their profit margins were gonna be. You wanna know why? They are fucking thriving because America is fucking starving to live. At least 95% of Americans right now are literally surviving off credit cards, off loans in general. And banks are eating that shit up over the high interest rates. We're fighting for our lives over here. You want to know what the American dream is like? Let me tell you. Every day I wake up hoping today is the last day on earth. I'm tired of it here. The American household, on average, is $80,000 in debt. And that's just credit cards and like auto loans. Maybe even some student loans thrown in there. But that's not even including your mortgage. That's just fucking credit card debt. And right now, banks are eating that interest rate up while we're all surviving. You mean to tell me that the average American goes to their mind-sucking job, works 8 to 12 hours to have everything deducted, have nothing left to live on, and we're forced to put food on the table by using credit cards? Okay. Picture this, right? You go to college. You get yourself in hundreds of thousands of student loan debt. You are one of the 5% of college graduates to get your job in the field you got your degree in, right? You get everything garnished from your wages because the increase on living and everything around you has gone up, but your pay has stayed the same. But then you also get taxes taken out. We get fucking taxed just to breathe, people. We get taxed on owning shit. We get taxed on working. We get taxed on just living, okay? Then you got health insurance. That's a fucking joke and a whole video within itself. But basically, the average American pays anywhere between $300 and $1,000 a month for fucking health insurance. Basically, you're paying just to say, I have health insurance. But then when you go to use health insurance, you have co-pays and deductibles, and they don't cover nothing until you've met your deductible. The fuck you mean? Why am I paying you $1,000 a month to have health insurance when I'm still paying more just to fucking use it? I digress. Then you have everything like retirement, 401 taken out. Okay, great. You're gonna work 30 to 40 fucking years of your prime so that when you get to retirement age, we're gonna give you monthly stipends back just so you can afford to live without a job. Meanwhile, like 80% of senior citizens that are retired now are working at fucking Lowe's at the age of 87 because they can't survive just on their retirement. That's just a prime example. We're all struggling to keep our heads above water because we don't earn enough money. After everything gets taken out, we are now forced to pay super high interest rates on everything we own. Even stuff that's paid off, we're still paying interest on. How does that make any fucking sense? But you're sitting there, the American family, the average American fucking family is no longer middle class. You're either fucking poor or rich. The rich is making money off the poor because the poor can't afford to have 2 fucking jobs, full-time jobs, and still be able to take care of their families and have enough money at the end of the day to put food on the table. Hence why we are forced to live on credit card debt. And y'all are just going to keep jacking up the prices that we're never going to be able to afford to pay off. Because unfortunately, Dave Ramsey, the average American person has nothing left after their paychecks come in and they pay their bills and they buy groceries. They have nothing left to save. So you're sitting there with $20 fucking to your name for 2 weeks until the next payday. And that's if you're lucky. There's some people that are in the red right now. They are working their asses off and they can't even pay all their bills on time. And they're trying to decide, do you want to keep the light on this month or the fucking water? No, living is just a luxury. I can't afford to put braces on my kids right now. That's a fucking luxury. Going out to eat, that's a luxury. Putting new tires on my van, that's a new luxury. My van's paid off, okay? Bottom line, living in America fucking sucks. The American dream is dead. It's a nightmare. Every day we wake up and we're saying, God, are you coming back?
I believe that the government sold us a bill of goods when we were growing up and we were younger. And in kindergarten, first grade, second grade, third grade, they taught us that we have to achieve the American dream. The American dream was taught so much growing up to me. And like, you have these things, they put a vision in your head and then you try to achieve that vision. And as time progresses, you realize that vision or that dream becomes unreachable and unattainable. It's so interesting that our generation was the generation that missed out on what it was like to live the American dream. And what I mean by the American dream is you go to college, you get a degree, you finally get to get a good job. College isn't that expensive, so debt isn't that crazy. The cost of living wasn't that crazy. Once you get a job, you can buy a house because the housing market wasn't that crazy. Economy wasn't that crazy. Inflation was not a thing. But then that's all that they teach us. They don't teach us any other ways. But then when we get older, they change the whole entire system and they make the American dream unattainable and it's outdated. No one wants the white picket fence anymore with the family because one, they can't afford a family and they can't afford the house with the white picket fence. You can't afford kids, so there's no point in having kids. We cannot afford kids. Apartments are the same prices as houses. Like, are we serious? And then you finally realize, oh my gosh, I went to school for 4 years and now I'm $60,000 in debt, but I have nothing to show for it. You know how many videos I've came across and they were like, hey, I went to college for 6 years. I got my bachelor's degree, I got my master's degree, and I'm working as an Uber driver, or I'm working as a waitress or a waiter or something like that. I cannot find a job in my field. So interesting that they sold us a bill of lies growing up. They made us believe that we can reach something that was unattainable, but then what they do is they dangle it in front of us and we'll never be able to reach it. But then they wonder why this generation has woken up and we're not having kids. We are not, the kids that are younger right now, they're not planning to go to college. They're planning to start their own businesses or go straight into the workforce, straight into blue collar jobs. No one wants to go to college anymore. The college rates are dropping down. The birth rates are dropping down. No one's starting a family, which means no one's getting married. Marital rates are dropping down. The divorce rates are rising because the number one cause of divorce is finances. And so it's almost like they set us up. They set our generation up for failure. We live in the hardest time to find a job. So if you didn't need to hear it now, do not quit your job because it's going to be very hard to find one. The prices for these stupid broken down cars nowadays, they break down within 5 years, but they want to price them at $60,000 when they really should be $19,000. So the car inflation is crazy. No one wants the white picket fence with the family and the dog and the kids and everyone's going to college. No one wants that anymore because it's not attainable for us anymore. We wanted it growing up because that's what the vision that was given to us, but now it's to the point where we don't even want it because it's unattainable, and it's been made unattainable by you, the US government, the United States. Y'all made it unattainable. And so now we're just going through life. Honestly, y'all know how many comments I see where they say, oh, a meteor's coming to Earth. Hurry up, take us out of this place. This is the first time in my life I've seen the majority of individuals just want the world to end. Normally people have a desire to live. Isn't it crazy that this generation have a desire to die? That's crazy.
I really do think the new American dream is to get the fuck out of America. And I know that there are some people out there that'll say, no, we gotta stay and fight. No, we gotta stay and fight with everybody. We can't just up and leave. But why not? Because why should we be loyal to America when the only thing that America has been loyal to us is making sure to keep us depressed, keep us down, keep us poor, keep us, to keep us down as people. That's the only thing that America has been loyal to. Why should we give a fuck about trying to, maybe it's just time. Have you ever thought about 99% of people are experiencing depression and just horrible living in the States is because it's about time that America faced the spiritual karma that it's had. Just think about that. Think about just for America to be built and to be so-called whites. Think about all the Indians that got killed. Think about all the indigenous Africans, black people, slaves. Think about all the people on this land who lost their life tragically.
Can you say why America is the greatest country in the world?
Why is America not the greatest country in the world, Professor? That's my answer. Let's talk about fine. And with a straight face, you're going to tell students that America is so star-spangled awesome that we're the only ones in the world who have freedom? Canada has freedom. Japan has freedom. The UK, France, Italy, Germany, Spain, Australia, Belgium has freedom. So 207 sovereign states in the world, like 180 of them have freedom. All right. And yeah, you, sorority girl, just in case you accidentally wander into a voting booth one day, there's some things you should know. And one of them is there is absolutely no evidence to support the statement that we're the greatest country in the world. We're 7th in literacy, 27th in math, 22nd in science, 49th in life expectancy, 178th in infant mortality, 3rd in median household income, number 4 in labor force, and number 4 in exports. We lead the world in only 3 categories: number of incarcerated citizens per capita, number of adults who believe angels are real, and defense spending, where we spend more than the next 26 countries combined, 25 of whom are allies. Now, none of this is the fault of a 20-year-old college student, but you nonetheless are, without a doubt, a member of the worst generation ever. So when you ask what makes us the greatest country in the world, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. America is not the greatest country in the world anymore.